Hi, welcome to BCTV. I'm Kristina, and I'm here interviewing Ben Yoskovitz, top instigator and co-founder of Standoutjobs.com. We're going to have a three-part interview series with him, and today we're going to focus on his job as being an advisor and instigator. Welcome, Ben.
Hi.
Hi. I heard that you're a disruptive instigator.
Sure.
Tell me about the best, outright awesome project you've ever instigated.
Well, I mean, I know we'll be talking about Standoutjobs, but I guess that's really the thing that I'm the most excited about now. I think my own personal blog, instigatorblog.com, is a lot of fun on a long-term basis and has provided me personally with a lot of value. And I think it's a good model for anybody who wants to sort of get out there and put themselves out there and build up their own personal brand.
Well, you've covered a lot of companies, just looking at them and advising a lot of startups. What do you think is coming up in the trends in terms of Web 2.0, 3.0?
Well, I'm not much of a prognosticator when it comes to the future. I don't think we can really tell, but I think that and the stuff that's related to social media is interesting, and obviously the stuff related to social networking is interesting. So we use Facebook as an example because everybody's on Facebook. But what I'm interested in there is how to use it for business purposes. Sure, you can use Facebook or anything else for personal reasons. That's fine. You want to put pictures of you partying or doing whatever. That's great. But I look at it from the perspective of how can I use it for business reasons. And so I think there's a lot still left to be done there.
And when you're looking at different types of companies, how do you spot the diamond in the rough people that you worked with?
Well, everybody will tell you that it's really about the people more than the company itself. So finding smart people, right. As silly as that sounds, but smart people, motivated people. And what I found in startups is that there are people who either want to work at a startup or want to start a company or are in one who don't really necessarily have what it takes to do it, because they're not ready to make that leap. So I look for, I think in all cases it's always about the people. Ideas change, companies change, business models change, all of those things can change. You can even scrap a business and start a new one.
Right.
It's just about connecting with the right people to do it.
And so if you saw a startup come to your door, what kind of startup would make you salivate? That's a tough question. I know the ones that wouldn't. Right.
The ones that.
Well, let's talk about that.
Yeah,
what would not?
Well, the
what
ones.
Would you slam the door on? Right?
Well, I wouldn't slam the door on anybody.
Right.
But the stuff that me personally I'm not that interested in. First of all, I'm not huge into business to consumer stuff, even though it's hugely popular. And I'm not, just because I think I'm already past the age of a heavy user of the consumer internet. And that business model that they often use is advertising based, which is fine, but doesn't float my boat. It's not particularly interesting. I'm much more interested in business to business applications, stuff that helps people do a better job at their own companies, productivity related stuff, and stuff that has more of a business model beyond advertising.
That's really interesting. Thanks, Ben, for sharing with us. And thank you for visiting BCTV, and come back to part 2 where we're going to learn more about Ben and his Standoutjobs.com venture. See you soon.